Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to the Japan Study Center. Today we are going to see the chapter of geography and what is our topic today? Land resource. There is a land resource. Land is a resource here. The land is our basic resource. You know that land is our basic resource. Throughout the history, we have driven most of our substance and much of our fuel, clothing, and shelter from the land. It is useful to be us as the source of food, as a place to the live, work, and play. There is the most important here the source of land here, and it is a different role. It is a productivity or economics factor in agriculture, forestry, grazing, fishing, and mining. There is a most important point here, and it is considered as the foundation of social prestige, and it is a basis of the wealth and political power here. It has a many physical form like a mountain, hill, plain, lands, and valley here. That is the most important here. Physically form like a mountain, hill, plain, and lowlands and valley here. It is characterized by the climate from hot to cold and from humidity to their dry. Similarly, land support many kind of vegetation here. In a wider sense, land includes soil and topography along with the physical feature of a given location here. It is this is a context that the land is identified is closely with the natural environment. However, it is also is regarded as a space, situation, factor, or production, economical process, and consumption is a goods, property, and capital here. That is the most important here on here of physical or land. The next year, ability of arable land here. India is a well endowed with a cultivable land which has a long been a key factor in the country's as a social economical development. In a term of area, India ranks 7 in the world. You know that India ranks as 7 in the world. Well, their term of population is a rank second. Arable land is include a net sovereign area, a current follow to the other follow, and the land under tree crops. Arable's land is a cover a total area of 167 million hectare, which is a 51% of the total area of country. That is the most important here. Arable land is a cover a total area of 167 million hectare, which is the 51% of the total area of the country. However, the arable is a land-man ratio is not a favorable as in many other countries like Australia, Canada, Argentina, the USA, Chile, and Denmark and Mexico. Conventionally, their land-man ratio is more favorable in India than Japan. There is a Netherlands, is Egypt, United Kingdoms, Israel, and China. What is the land-man ratio? The land-man ratio is defined as the ratio between two habitable area and the total population of country. That is an important point here. The physical features in India are rice is a complex. The physical feature is India as a diverse and complex. And there are mountain, hill, plateaus, and plain which is a produce varied human response to the use of the land resources. About 30% of India as a surface area is covered by hills and mountains. These are either two step or two called for a cultivation. About 25% of this land is topographically usable, which is scattered is across the country. The plateau constitutes there is 28% of the total surface area, but only a quarter of this is a fit for a cultivation area. The quarter of this is a fit for the cultivation. The plant cover of 43% of the total area, and nearly 95 of it is suitable for cultivation. And considering there are difference in the proportions of surface area, and this allow used to be conclude, and that is making there is a country as a whole about two-thirds of the unable. That is important here. And moreover, soil topograph is a moisture and temperatures that is important determine the limits of cultivability, and the quality of the arable land is determined by these factors. As a result of this, half of the surface area is cultivated, and this proportion is one of the highest in the world. Here come in the box the most important point here. Note down your notebooks. There is an important point for the is a conclusion here. The land includes both soil and topograph with the physical feature of given location. It is also regarded as a space factor of productions in the economical process and consumption of goods, situation, properties, and capital here. The landman is a ratio is defined as the ratio between the habitable area and the total population of country. That is an important point here. A landman ratio in India is not a variable as in a many countries like Australia, Canada, Argentina, USA, Chile, and Denmark and Mexico is a conversely there is a landman ratio is a more variable in their India than in the Japan is the Netherlands is Egypt, UK, Israel, and China here.